Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear friends, and welcome back to this video. In this video, we are going to learn about the mistakes and errors which are committed while we recite the Quran. And we will learn about what is Lahn. Lahn is the Arabic word for mistakes, and we will explore its types, and we will also get to know some examples of Lahn. So first of all, the word Lahn, it is defined as a mistake and deviation from correctness when reading or reciting the Quran. And Lahn, it is divided into two types, which are, number one, Lahnun jali, obvious and clear mistakes. So this is a mistake which occurs in the pronunciation that affects the accuracy of the reading of the recitation, even if the mistake occurs in the meaning or not. So Lahnun jali, it refers to obvious and clear mistakes. It is a mistake that occurs in the pronunciation which affects the accuracy of recitation of the Quran, irrespective of whether the mistake leads to a change in the meaning or not. This type of mistake occurs in the makeup of the word or in the letters. That is, the reader, he pronounces the letter ta as ta or ta as ta. So ta is the heavy one. So Lahnun jali is pronouncing the ta as a ta, as the light one. The mistake can also occur in the harakat, in the vowels, where one haraka is read as a completely different one. For example, changing a dhamma into a fatha or a kasra, or changing the fatha to a kasra or a kasra to a fatha. Like for example, if we read Surah Al-Fatiha, there's the verse wherein Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, صِرَاطَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ. If someone, instead of saying an'amta, he says an'amti or an'amtu, then this is a lahnun jali. It is a very obvious and clear mistake, because the person, he is changing the haraka. The original haraka over there is a fatha upon the ta. In an'amta we have a fatha. So if someone, he places a kasra over there or a dhamma, then this is a lahnun jali, and in this case it also changes the meaning. The original way of saying an'amta, the correct way is an'amta, and it means the way or the path of those upon whom you have bestowed your favor. So if someone says صِرَاطَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمْتُ عَلَيْهِمْ, then it means the path of those upon whom I have bestowed my favor. Na'udhu billah. So that's how it changes the meaning. So we must be very cautious when we are reading the Quran. Similarly, if someone, he says, in the place of Alhamdulillahi, he says Alhamdulillahu. Even this is a lahnun jali, because he is changing the haraka. However, this mistake, it does not change any meaning. And why are we calling it as an obvious and clear mistake? The reason for that is because it is easy for the readers and for the scholars of Quran to know the mistakes and point them out. Even a small child, if you read in front of him, a small child who has already memorized Surah Fatiha, if you read in front of him صِرَاطَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمْتُ عَلَيْهِمْ, then he too will be able to point out this mistake. That's the reason we call it as the obvious and clear mistake. The second category of lahn is lahnun khafi, which means obscured and hidden mistakes. These are hidden mistakes. And this is the kind of mistakes which remain hidden from the normal masses. Normal people, they won't be able to point out this mistake. That's the reason we call it hidden mistake. Only the skilled reciters, the accomplished readers, they would be able to point them out. So only those who have knowledge of the Quran, they recognize these mistakes, and that's the reason we call it as lahnun khafi, because it is hidden from the normal masses, from the general people. And this type of lahn, it has some examples. Like for example, someone, he leaves the rule of idgham. And leaving an idgham, it is considered a lahnun khafi, because this is something which is hidden from the general people. They don't know about the depth of these rules. That's the reason we say that this is lahnun khafi, because only the knowledgeable in Quranic reading, they are aware of these mistakes. And this type also includes those mistakes which are only known by the skilled readers of the Quran, such as unwanted repetition of the ra. So if someone, he is stressing too much on the ra, like saying Alhamdulillahi Rabbil. So this is a lahnun khafi. You have to avoid the repetition or the vibration of the ra. So we must try as much as possible to avoid making the mistakes within both these categories, and must certainly never commit them purposefully. So making such mistakes must be avoided under all circumstances. And how will we learn avoiding such mistakes? It is through learning Tajweed. And also let me mention that if someone, he commits these mistakes intentionally, then he will be regarded as a sinner according to the scholars. The simple way of protecting yourself and safeguarding yourself from making all kinds of mistakes during the Qur'an is that you learn and master Tajweed. And this course offers you the same opportunity to learn Tajweed in a systematic manner, in a logical flow, along with practice. So stay updated with all the learnings and practice them during your Quranic recitation. And hope to see you once again in another module. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.